Well, for Te Rapa TV this week, we've come up to the top of the racecourse and onto Te Rapa Road, joined by the boys at Signature Homes, who will have a pretty big involvement with us at the Waikato Racing Club. Welcome to Keir and Andrew. Look, we'll just go through a few questions. Firstly, Keir, what about an early memory of Te Rapa?
I've got a couple of early ones, and my dad's had a few horses over the years, and I remember going along as a young fella and watching. I don't think it was a win first up. It might have been a third place, but we celebrated like it was a win.
Yeah.
There was a couple of wins there, and Jimmy C, I think was the name of the horse.
Yeah.
I don't. It was a long time ago now.
Yeah.
But probably my favourite memory. Do you want to talk about that?
Yes, absolutely.
Probably 2 or 3 years ago, a horse called Southern Lad won, and two of my good mates who follow racing a lot, and they work for us. Well, Joey doesn't work for us anymore, but Paddy still does.
This sounds like a story, Joey and Paddy, doesn't it?
No Irishman. They had followed Southern Lad for a while, and they tipped it out to about 30 or 40 of us, and we all jumped on, and I happened to be in the sand, and I watched Paddy shirtless chase the horse over the finish line and then turn around, and 30 of them were all jumping there celebrating. We all had a fistful, so it was a great afternoon, a great night.
They're great memories, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Yeah. What about you, Andrew?
Probably the time that we had that sponsorship. We were all quite fresh when it comes to the knowledge around the horses and what the race was. So once again, Joey picked up the slack and talked about the race and presented the trophy to the winners, to the owners, and then the jockey got up and had a chat about the race and what he liked about it, and also thanked us for sponsoring. And in the meantime, also mentioned that he'd billed with a competitor, and it didn't go so shit hot. And then wish he'd gone with us. So that was a great finish to a great day. So.
Yeah, for sure. Now you touched on it. You have a big involvement with the Waikato Racing Club now. Where we are sitting is you're a tenant of the Waikato Racing Club. You are sponsors. You do the Signature Homes Waikato Steeplechase. Yep. You are about to build a childcare facility for the Waikato Racing Club. So you're pretty much a big part of the team.
Yeah, absolutely, and it feels good to be part of that team as well. Coming from a smaller venue to this one, it's just exposed us hugely, especially being on Te Rapa Straight, and the partnership has been really, really good. Really good.
So I guess having 3 partners, we've all got our own different interests, different sports, but racing seems to be a common thing that we all love. With Jamie, who's not here, our other business partner, his wife Kylie does show jumping and stuff like that, so she's always loved it, and I like to have a bit of a punt, and my family has enjoyed some horses over the years, and Andrew's in-laws are massive into racing.
Well, Warren's been involved in the Waikato Royal, the family, for a long time.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. So there's definitely affiliation everywhere.
Yeah, and you talk about that sponsorship of the Signature Homes Waikato Steeplechase.
Got home as they work down to the Signature Homes stand double, and the names Bond steps off it beautifully with Yipsun, Gargarin and Zardetto, and they get out of the second nicely. They work towards the one to take them back into the country. Then came the Arabian Duke. Shamal is back in the field, as to his Magic Wonder there, followed by Max. Further back in the field, Joe King, and 8 lengths away, Just Got Home, as they clear the one into the country now. So that was...
You guys get a crew together. I think you bring the staff along, and you have a really enjoyable day out.
A couple of tables, a few punts, and everyone has a really, really good time. I mean, it's a lovely venue up there, the one that's been done, in the Foster's Lounge, and being able to be up there and have that spectacle is really great. And by the sounds of things, it's all coming back.
Yeah, it is, and we're racing on July the 4th, first day. Let's touch on the reason that we haven't raced for a while, COVID-19. It sort of came with a bang that I'd started, and the first meeting or dealing I had with you, Keir, was very early on, and it was, hey, we've had to down tools, and we had a negotiation and worked on some help around the rent for that first month. But how's it affected your business? How have you bounced through it?
Well, firstly, thank you for the rent relief.
The least we could do.
That was much appreciated. Yeah, we've been fairly lucky in the construction industry. I think we had our 4 weeks off, and then we were able to slowly get back into it. And now we had I think 12 floors we put down last month, so we're really busy. So we're under the pump.
And you did mention at the time, I remember a statistic that you told me, something like you had 20 on the go, 20 might have been 25 or 6, but you were very lucky that the large proportion of them were closed in because of that short time frame of saying you're going into lockdown. You only had 6 or 7
that we had to
deal with.
up. Yeah, absolutely. In all honesty, I think we were extremely lucky. It was if it was going to happen, it was good timing.
Yeah. And how do you see going forward, Andrew? You're in the sales and side of it. Is the interest has the inquiry continued?
It certainly has. We haven't seen it slow down. We've done a lot of social media campaigns as well. That's brought in a lot of inquiry, which we are currently dealing with. The lay of the land is that we might see a little bit of a downturn later on in the year. It's very hard to determine because everything at this particular stage is very optimistic, and we haven't seen anything. As mentioned before, being in the Waikato, we're not really going to be affected, I believe, based on what others say around this sort of area. And if everything else starts to become more expensive around the country, it could be an area where people want to come to. So there's plenty of land coming up and available.
And that's one thing coming from the Hawke's Bay. Sorry to interrupt, but one thing in the Hawke's Bay they really struggle with is getting land released for building, and that's one thing that we have had clearly some vision for, and the fact that there are still chunks of land available for you guys to operate on must be a huge help.
It is, it certainly is, and really for the go forward for the next 2 to 3 years, as long as we don't see anything like we've seen come back, I think that's probably going to be our saving grace, is that we're in a place in the world where we're not getting more and more.
Exactly. So future here pretty bright. You touched on this being a good spot. It is very visible, isn't it?
It is. It is. We were previously down. This is probably going back 3 years now.
Couple of
years. So going down, we were back down to Rapa Strait. Visually, we were lost in traffic. We had to explain that we was next to someone else.
Yeah.
But nowadays, people know where we are because of the great signage that we've got and the location on the corner. So it's really helpful.
For sure. Look, boys, we might let you go. Thank you for that. We look forward to seeing you on the 8th of August. Signature Homes Waikato Steeplechase Day. Hope we can find a winner for you. We look forward to entertaining your staff, and we look forward to getting this childcare for Best Start underway.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Butch.
Thank you, Butch.
Cheers, boys.
All right.